Welcome back to the Brew Crew Podcast, everyone. This is episode 236. Am I correct on that?
235. I was going to keep it rolling. No, continue with your onion ring.
No, I was going to just start over because I saw that you had hit record. Matt had suggested some onion rings to me, and I've been putting it off. Best in the state. Best in the state, he says.
Where?
And I believe him. Here's why.
Super Subbies.
Super Subbies. So I am, for some reason, I think Super Subbies has tainted their sandwiches because they're just sandwiches. Like, there's nothing special about these sandwiches, but I can't stop eating them.
Yeah.
They're so good. And so every Monday I've made it a tradition for myself now. I leave work just a tiny little bit early before I come over for the podcast. I go to Super Subbies. I eat alone because they have these booths that are one-person seaters. So I sit by myself, and it's great. I just read Twitter and prepare for the pod and eat the sandwich. Well, he's been like...
When's the preparing for the pod going to start?
The past couple times I've been pretty prepared. Today, though, however, I had lunch much earlier, and I wasn't in pod mode yet.
Yeah.
I was in God mode.
Yeah, what is pod mode?
Pod mode looks like... pod mode looks a lot like Twitter mode, but with different websites pulled up.
But you sub to a lot of beer stuff on Twitter, right?
Yeah, I do. So I do get some beer info.
That's prep.
Right.
Let's not bury the lead. Stev is here.
Stev's here.
Go back to onion ring thoughts.
Welcome back.
Hey, I'm interested about onion rings too. Please.
So Matt's like, get the onion rings. And I'm like, for the longest time, I was like, I can't eat onion rings during lunch because that's just too heavy, fried foods and stuff. I eat the sandwich and I'm going to go back to work.
I'd probably make out with you being this close.
Yeah.
With onion rings?
With onion rings? Well, I had them. I did have them.
Yeah.
So
but you've had
money where your mouth is.
I'm not noticing a funk. You know
so
what I'm saying?
I got the onion rings today because... all of the bosses weren't there today. So I knew I could go back to work, and if I, got drowsy, fine.
The Super Subby bosses?
No, I actually went to lunch and then back to work today because we weren't supposed to start until an hour later.
Yeah.
I didn't want to wait until 2:30 to eat. Anyway.
We're starting right at the time.
Yeah, we are. We are now, but things changed.
Yeah.
And I realized that if you gave me the worst onion rings in Ohio and the best onion ring, I probably wouldn't know the difference. But unless they're those ones with the chopped onions inside. Don't give me that shit.
That's
that
illegal.
Shit's fucked up. That's like frozen Sam's Club shit.
Ore-Ida does that shit, right? Ore-Ida's?
Yeah.
Theirs are chopped up?
Yeah. Like the frozen bag ones.
Now, here's
right?
Go with the chefs.
Ore-Ida? What is Ore-Ida? That's the frozen bag?
Ore-Ida, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Or Oregon, Idaho?
Yep.
Oh, is that really
the freezer shit? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, freezer stuff. That's how I know.
-IDA.
They sell fries and stuff.
Okay, so best onion rings in the state, chef.
Best onion in the entire state of Ohio.
That I've had here.
What helps make them the best in the state?
There's
a full onion inside. That's good.
Right.
Good
crisp.
start.
It's not soggy.
It is crisp
right.
and not soggy, but there's other crisp.
The onion doesn't come out when you bite it.
Yep.
That happens.
Which the trick to that, right? You have to peel the paper off.
No, you have to fold it so it's no longer a circle and bite down.
Well, yeah, that too. But when you're making it,
because then you bite the onion.
The problem is like with a beer batter.
See,
instead of like a panko, a beer batter it falls off, right?
Yeah.
And it's more apt where the panko.
Panko makes it crunchier.
So when you eat an onion ring, do you eat the whole thing at once, or do you bite it?
No, I save it for 10 hours later.
Do you eat one whole ring at a time, or do you bite it?
Depends on the size.
That's what. So when I bid them, they were all pretty good size. I'll give them that. They did not skimp on the
an onion ring the size of this can. Is that a one bite?
Yeah, is that a one bite?
Like the girth of this can?
Yeah.
That's just.
I'm shoving it in. Yeah.
Okay, so this size probably that's about the max. I would just eat the whole thing, but most of these were larger than that, and I would fold it, bite it, and the crumbs just fell right apart.
And then
but that doesn't count against it for me.
Then with that too, like a beer battered one is much more pliable. Yeah. A panko one keeps its rigidity.
Panko is the right way to go.
I agree with the panko superiority.
Yeah, I think you need a little bit more.
Who has better onion rings?
What? No, those are good. Those are probably the best I've had in Ohio. But I don't eat a lot of onion rings. The sample size here is small. I mean, we're talking maybe 3 places I've had onion rings.
I was at somewhere recently.
I have to always get them.
I'm a big fry fan.
I'm pro onion ring. If it's available as an upcharge, I'm going for the onion rings. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Caitlin
I'm getting fries. I like fries.
My shit be
the right place.
I'm not deterred. Like if it's a $3 upcharge, I don't care. Onion rings.
Oh, I don't care about the upcharge price, but it's not. I'm just.
Some people are like 50 cents.
Oh, yeah, I know. Some people won't even get cheese.
It could be $5
because it's an extra 20 cents.
Well, that's like Sonic. I didn't realize till way late in life that Sonic upcharged for everything.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
I've actually given up on Sonic because there used to be a White Castle around the corner from my middle school.
Still have never had White Castle.
Oh my god.
They tore down the White Castle to build a Sonic in the Kettering area. If either of you guys
I love
are
White
familiar.
Castle.
We're getting Taco John's down there.
There's a Taco John's next to that Myers, and
Taco John's.
Yeah, I'm pro that.
Taco John's is amazing.
But I've been scorned by Sonic because
John's Tacos.
They got rid of my White Castle. That's my Sonic story.
It's the reason we're fans is because of your wife's breakfast tacos.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's why anyone's a fan.
I
have any friends.
It's interesting that you bring it up, and this correlates to beer, and we'll get to beer. That impression will sour you completely against it, against that. So, I bring it up because we've talked about it on
against what
sour. One bad experience or like your first experience will sour you against their whole. It's not just that location. So like if you have a bad beer, let's say you have a bad beer called like Bat Squatch.
Yeah, let's say you have a Bat Squatch.
That's very oddly specific.
Oddly specific.
A certain countercultural named place.
I outshout
against the grain, but
outshout to Jim Klein and our friends at Rogue because
just
they bequeathed us a lot of gifts or
just
whatever.
A little Rogue.
But it's interesting how much Bat Squatch still comes up in Dayton or
it
Beer
comes
Geeks.
up a lot.
Yeah.
Well, like, as a good or bad or what?
People are positive. I think for the most part,
at
least in Beer Geeks. People won't be like, "Oh, this is terrible," unless it's not a craft beer.
I was offered a Bat Squatch this weekend.
No shit. Yeah, did you take it?
Chuggalo Jeff. No, he knows I don't like it because he listens.
That's a deep pull.
That is a deep pull.
That is a huge.
That's pre-COVID.
Sub 40 episode.
Yeah, that's pre-COVID. That's
a deep
like
cut.
If only I had the answers. I gotta stay leaning in here. Bat Squatch.
We got a jam-packed episode for everyone today. Jam-packed. So I might just get started on the real.
Yeah,
are we all in agreement that it's my day to bring beer?
It is.
I'm
your
gonna
day.
go.
I brought beer, but it wasn't my day.
Because Matt in his infinite generosity had said, "Oh, don't worry about it," because we had to push it back a week or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, dude, I got it. Don't worry.
Guess
I got
what?
The beer.
Give us more.
I got the beer.
More
Now,
space.
I put these beers on the back seat of my car because I don't like driving with beer in the front seat when I bought them. And a few of them rolled out onto the floor when I opened the door.
Floor beer.
You might have some of my driveway rocks in the can, but none of the cans were punctured.
In the can.
The one can that I didn't bring is like fully like
smash
topped. It's like a pyramid.
I thought this was gonna be like a Murphy's thing where there's like an agitator in it.
So you might want to I don't know if you gotta.
Oh, I like where you're like it's like the old Guinness.
It's your
the old Guinness, yeah. Those rocks it would be inside. These are outside. This is a Berliner Weiss called Lakto Cooler. You will see that the can art is phenomenal. It's from Voodoo Brewing out of Meadville, Pennsylvania. We don't do a lot of Pennsylvania beers on this.
Yeah, we skipped that state.
We usually do, except for early on we did talk about Yingling a lot, or it made appearances in like Jeopardy.
Yeah.
But not Pennsylvania, very infrequent, totally primed, unless that was my driveway doing the job.
That's what I'm wondering. Doing it your driveway, this is perfect.
All right, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh,
that's me.
I had some spray.
That was
on
me.
there.
No, that was me for sure. So if you just heard a lot of noise on the microphone, that was me. If you're listening to the audio, which I'm updating currently, that was me. So this is Ecto Lakto Cooler because of the lactose. Now, they make a lot of emphasis. I want to ask you guys a question about when you consume beer marketing, which usually happens by accident or on the road. You're either driving, you see a billboard, or you watching football or something and you see a beer commercial. But typically you don't search for it. Does award-winning do anything for you?
No.
Yeah, no.
No? I agree. No, it doesn't. Well, they have it listed on their website several times. But they do it in a way that our podcast would appreciate: delicious food and award-winning brews. So they're like, we have good food, but our beer wins awards. And they talk about that. Yeah. They say, come experience the explosive growth and award-winning craft beers of Voodoo, a must-visit destination for beer enthusiasts.
Would you put if I gave you 10 guesses, would you put Voodoo Brewing in Pennsylvania? If I gave you 10 states.
No.
I'd
put it in.
There's one that has to come to.
Well, you know what? Maybe Pennsylvania.
Really?
Transylvania. I would have said
Pennsylvania, but no, I'd probably say
Oregon.
Really?
Like Portland?
I'd go if it's Voodoo.
Not Louisiana. Yeah, not New Orleans.
Yeah,
New Orleans.
I had where was I? I don't remember where I was. I was in the Navy.
Where were you?
And we were in a foreign country, and I had a gypsy do like a psychic thing,
like a seance, like a palm reading.
Yeah,
seance.
It was actually I was witness to my friend, my shipmate, getting his. I remember now because it was weird.
Yeah.
And she said something about him divorcing his wife, and she like rubbed his hands with her hands, and so we immediately ran to the ocean, and he washed his hands out. He was like free. We were hammered too, by the way. Like any Navy story I tell in a foreign country, just add that I'm probably hammered to it. Like right, there's cool. Unless I just got off the ship, within an hour, I'm probably hammered.
Did you see the advertisements? So they're doing a port call or dry dock or whatever, Fleet Week, if you will, in Oslo, Norway. So they put
know no way.
Awesome.
Last week. So they put up billboards that don't leave something you can't come back. Yeah, basically saying because there's an uptick in a certain something 9 months after.
Most Navy ports have they're prepared.
Mm-hmm.
It's like sailors.
But even
is that like the busy season for them?
Like stay off our grass and daughters, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But tongue in cheek.
They know that when sailors come to town, just hide your dogs.
The neighbors are going to know your name.
It's like when a female officer pulls you over and says, lick it or ticket.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
That's how it works.
Know the rules.
You know that.
There's only one answer that's acceptable. No, but it's basically if you're a professional in those port cities, then you should be out, working or whatever. But if you're just a citizen, just stay away while the ships are in port. But Norway is probably not used to that.
That's what I'm saying.
So they have to put signage up.
Yeah, they put signage up.
That's definitely a culture shock,
and
I would think.
See, what's striking to me is that they're informing the sailors who don't give two shits about those signs.
Yeah. Well,
they should be informing their citizens.
What seaman's going to be like?
Stay
what?
Away.
I saw a sign.
Yeah, right.
I saw a sign, Olga.
I don't want to get you pregnant.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you could just come to America. I mean, who doesn't want like a Norwegian bride?
I'm half Norwegian, so I wouldn't make a good bride.
No, I'm sure there's some, sailors that of all the port calls they make. I've made plenty of port calls to places where the majority of the people didn't have all of their teeth.
Hell yeah!
I mean, going to Norway would be so nice.
I like to picture my Thailand with like a half JT running around.
Thailand wasn't one of those places.
That's
everyone in Thailand is very. I would call them. Like 1.5 world, like not first world totally, but they're very close. Like they're almost there. Whereas
1.5 world,
like Guam, for example. No offense to our fans in Guam,
they just got hit by a typhoon. So hopefully you guys, I
hope that everyone's safe, definitely. Yeah. But there's, it's
it comes off better.
It's not exactly first world.
Kick them when they're down.
Yeah,
I'm not insulting them.
I hope you guys are okay.
I wish we could. I mean, we have all these Navy ports there. Why don't we send some of our American medical services for free?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, why not?
Talk about free healthcare all the time.
We're already there.
We use Guam so much. Let's give back.
Yeah.
But I will say their taxi rides are retarded expensive. I shouldn't say that. They're ridiculously expensive.
I'm going to insult your people and your taxis.
No, I'm not insulting the taxis. I'm insulting the prices.
There goes all of our dozen listeners.
I shouldn't have said that. I know better than to say
Happy
the R
Tuesday,
word.
Guam.
I shouldn't have said the R word. Yeah, Happy Tuesday. First new day every day, or whatever they say. That's
exactly what they say. First
it's like the first.
What's the ABV on
The
this?
sun rises on Guam. Is that it?
Dude, we should just be quiet.
Just
let JT talk.
I used to have a shirt that said the sun rises on Guam. Whatever was in this peach beer, it must have been.
Good Morning Vietnam. Is that?
Different,
Okay.
but similar.
Okay. Similar but different.
All right.
I got a hypothetical question for you. Let's say a friend shows up to your house and gives you a gift, and you're very appreciative of the gift. But then when you do this, you get a little bit of a belly.
Yeah, you get a little belly
So
dancer.
look at this sweet shirt that Stev gave me.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome. It's the softest cotton. It's the best material.
Did you get it at Burial?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So don't give friends don't give friends Gildan t-shirts. This is fantastic.
Is that
Thank you,
Gildan?
Stev? No.
But the body's just weirdly shaped.
Yeah,
Look,
and
they don't do men and women at Burial. Men's and women's
It's all
shirts.
unisex. Yeah.
When I came back from North Carolina, I complained about that on the podcast. Their store was fucking confusing. And I wasted money because no one wears their Burial shirts at my house.
So I will say this: we're different size men, all of us. So you've got like the party keg, the pony keg, and the full barrel. So I can understand.
I don't think you're the party keg.
I'm the party keg.
You're the pony keg.
No, the party keg is the smaller one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I
think you're thicker here.
The pony
I'm
keg,
thicker.
The pony keg.
I think this party keg, pony keg, barrel.
All right.
Oh, like a half barrel.
Roll out the barrel.
Maybe I'm the barrel. And
Have you been to the
You're
barrel?
like the. What's the thing? You're like the
kegerator.
You're the kegerator.
Sure.
That's what you are.
Sure.
Plug them in.
Plug them in, and you're like the tap handle.
It's all an analogy.
No,
it is.
Yeah,
we pull on you.
Just yank me all day. Speaking of barrel, Veterans Day Barrel House, right? We're just gonna request it off now.
Already. Well, I should have that. It's a federal holiday.
Request the whole week off.
Okay.
To prepare.
Cool.
Okay, I wasn't expecting you to just be
Speak
like,
of that,
that's fine.
what day of the week is that? Because last year it really
Isn't it
worked
always
out.
on a Tuesday
It
or
was like
something?
a Thursday or
it was a
some
Friday,
shit,
I thought.
Oh, is it Friday?
Oh, that would
it's
be-
the 11th, isn't it?
that would be clutch.
Yep.
11,
It's a Saturday, so it's going to be observed on Friday.
Okay.
So
easy mode.
never
We're
mind.
going to do that.
Friday. Friday will be the
Friday, 11/10/23.
Advent calendar build.
Boom.
I get so much street cred, onion ring.
I don't know. Barrel House might be too big for us now. Do you think they've moved on? When they had, I don't know if you guys know this, but one of their Wu-Tang Wednesday Instagram posts went viral.
Oh,
They had like 1 million likes.
So
They get posted on Reddit every so often.
They do
as
get-
well.
yeah.
So they might have already passed us by.
They're too hit.
They don't want us anymore.
They sell crop tops as well, Matt.
They do, but those are on purpose.
Yeah.
Accidental
crop top.
This is going to be on purpose, so I'm going to dress this up. But yeah, either way, thank you, Stev.
You're welcome.
And Stev
So
provided another shirt from Dissolver, right?
Yep.
God, two amazingly good names.
Mm-hmm.
Like Voodoo. Dissolver belongs. I would have picked Dissolver for North Carolina.
That's a cool name for a
That
brewery.
is, yeah.
Not spelled correctly.
Dissolver.
Yeah. All right.
All right, let's talk about
Transitions.
Lakto Cooler.
Lacto
Voodoo
Cooler.
Brewing in Meadville, Pennsylvania.
This is crushable because I'm almost done.
This
with
isn't
it.
a mead
It is not a mead.
from Meadville?
It is not a mead. MEAD.
Like mead?
Yeah, like
Is
mead.
it mead?
drink?
MEAD?
No.
Mead?
Mead. It'd be different. Mead.
Mead.
Me need.
I'll have to talk to the Mead King,
Yeah.
The Mead King?
Uriah.
I'm gonna look up what mead. Mead is something.
MEED. That's
Yes.
not a word. I'm challenging
I'm
you,
gonna
and
look it up.
you lose your turn.
Googleize it, yeah.
You lose your turn in Scrabble, sir. It's not a word. Use it
This
in a
hurts my
sentence.
Mead.
fucking eyes to look at.
A deserved share or reward. MEED.
No.
Yep.
In
He must
old-timey
extract from her some mead of approbation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably old timey.
That sounds like this century.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of the word mead?
The
An
1800s
earned
called.
reward or
Yeah.
wage. Yeah.
Adam Carolla used to have a skit called 1780s Guy, and I think you
Look,
just
Mead.
brought him back. Yeah.
Mead.
Yeah. Yeah.
To earn your...
Your
something.
sentence.
You
I
guys
believe it, it's on
smell
the
that
internet.
onion ring?
Yeah.
It's coming up. I can taste it.
Like his first burp, I was like, "This is gonna be
It's all onion
it's gonna
ring.
be incredible."
It's
I guess.
effervescent.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go first because we need to sandwich our guests, and we'll do that both on camera and off later when
Please.
you guys aren't looking.
That's
so
for the Patreon, right?
yeah, that's this. God, see again,
Oh,
already
the
already
secret-
producing.
The secret. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, this we're gonna improve quality. I know people are like, eventually it's gonna
Help you,
happen.
please.
We've got a stream deck coming. So if you don't know what that is, it's got 15 buttons. We're going to have an intro video. We're going to have sound effects. Basically, this is producer Stev until we can actually hire producer Stev.
Jazz hands.
Some point.
Jazz hands. Some point. All right. Off the top rope, Voodoo Brewing, Lakto Cooler, Berliner Weiss. Again, crushable. Tart, I wouldn't say sour, but that's what you would expect. Berliner Weisses are either one or the other. They don't do a good job of bridging that gap, but that's okay. That's Berliner Weisses are the one note IPA of like the sour or fruit beer world, in my opinion. Off the top rope, I really enjoy this beer. I enjoy how drinkable it is. I enjoy how old-timey, talkative it makes JT, and how gaseous it makes chef slash producer Stev. Oh, you're gonna have so many nicknames after this.
I've got so many at work already.
You need to get a glass.
It says it's green, and none of us have addressed it, and I didn't.
Okay.
I want to know.
I just kind of assumed it would be.
Yeah, it should be.
I was just gonna go like this and spit it, like Oscar.
Like,
wow, that's a different color green than I was expecting. That's like booger green. I was expecting like neon green.
Right.
Yeah, and it's clear once it settles too. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
We'll see what happens when it settles.
Off the top rope, I give this a 4.5. I would buy this 100 times again. The reason, so like a Berliner Weiss and a sour, I got asked this weekend about it. What's the difference? I would love to have like a sour or like a 450 for a breakfast beer. This is not a breakfast beer to me. This would be like a second or third beer, like after a coffee stout or something like that, just to change your palate. So if you want to have it before 10 o'clock, and that's perfectly okay. But again, I dig this immensely. I sheath my can because when I'm in port, I always want to be protected.
Mm-hmm. Smart.
Producer Stev, on to you.
Oh, bless you.
We'll edit that out.
Thank you. Yeah, well, our producer will edit that out.
Now that he's here.
Steam decked it. Yep.
Finally do your job.
Lacto. Yeah, I've been slacking. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this one, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Really, that's high praise.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not a sour guy.
From a Berliner sour perspective, yeah, it's rare.
But the more I have them, the more I enjoy them.
Yeah.
The thing to me that kind of detracts is like I can't get a real distinct flavor from this. I mean, maybe melon, maybe like lime, but just like it's.
We gotta go. You gotta reach into your bag of non-real things.
It's chemical. That
chemical
Kool-Aid.
What household? Go back to the Cobra days and go candy. Like it may not be a food that is in its natural state, like meat or fruits or vegetables. It could just be.
Did you ever
produced.
have Ecto coolers or the barrel drinks? Like because the foil toppers.
God, what the fuck?
But Ecto coolers.
The jugs. I never had an actual.
The jugs.
You've never had an Ecto cooler? Oh, it's probably about 5 years too
before my time. Yeah. But this is really good. I would definitely buy this again. One thing for me, the can art hurts my eyes. It's like.
That's why I bought it.
It's fucking crazy.
That's why I bought it.
Like obviously we know what the can is. JT can get into that more, but it is like so foily, and just the way the sun is hitting my shit right now.
Mm-hmm. It's perfect when the sun hits.
It's hard to read, and
yeah,
I mean this is low ABV. Like I shouldn't be
5.5.
I shouldn't be struggling like this. Like my eyes aren't that bad.
When you say the sun hits your shit, are you one of these individuals that tans your butthole? That's a thing.
That's a question that needs answering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you've heard it here first.
Yes.
Boom.
He said yes, everyone. He tans his butthole.
He said yes.
God,
yes.
Again, this is so ripe for sound effects.
Where were you on score?
Score, I'm going to give this a 4.5 as well.
Yeah.
4.5.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
I would buy this again. Don't care about cost.
Just to illustrate.
It would happen.
Just to illustrate some of that. Wow. In the camera.
Even in the camera. Hell yeah.
Shit. It pops hard. There you go.
Yeah,
JT hadn't told us yet, but this stuff is $179 a can.
It's true.
All right.
The can is actually so. I was waiting for you guys to throw it away so I could pick them out of the trash. This can is actually it's pure precious metals.
Pure precious.
Everything they use
Rare
in
earth elements.
iPhones and Androids are in this label. So this is a Can Boner segment brought to you by Todd. Chuggalo Todd. Chuggalo.
You should put a column in.
Chuggalo Ryan.
Chuggalo Ryan.
Chuggalo Ryan gave us that chili pepper ale.
Chili pepper ale. God, there's been so much spicy beer lately.
Right?
Oh my gosh. So
is that a foreshadow?
I had no, it's not. I wouldn't. But I had some of the dads over from the dads group I'm in, and they immediately went for the habanero beer. And I was like, what the fuck? That was just in my fridge to be getting rid of later. I was like, they're like, we're so interested. I was like, okay.
Well, you got to keep in mind. So, like, we go back 5-5. So, 2 weeks ago, 13 and 11-7. The week before that, JT's week, 10-5 and 9. The week before that was a 15 and a 5-4. And the 5-4 was the chili pepper ale. So May was a big month.
Yeah, big month. So, Can Our Bonus segment brought to you by Chuggalo Ryan. Thanks, Ryan, for sponsoring this excellent can here that you've sponsored. So this is, like Stev said, a foil can, but it's got this interesting holographic, like, pointillism to it.
Wow.
Just dots.
Okay.
It's just dots. And then there's black outlines to kind of give it structure of Slimer. But everything within, the green and the red and the teeth and everything, they're all just dots. And some of those dots are bright foil, some of them are green, some red, pink, whatever. So it is in the style of Slimer from Ghostbusters, who had the Ecto Cooler, which was a High C brand juice from the 90s that we all love and miss. Now, Stev and I, coincidentally, went to the first anniversary. Well, we didn't go to the anniversary party. We went during the first anniversary beers of Nowhere in Particular's Cabinet of Curiosities, and they had an Ecto Cooler beer that was neon green.
That was
much
painful.
greener. But that was a sour. This is a Berliner Weiss, so like one step before sour. And this is much tamer, easier to drink, less offensive to the palate. Not offensive in a bad way, just it doesn't attack your palate and tell you basically everything you drink from here on out, it's going to taste like this. This does wash away after a few gulps of saliva.
Yeah.
No one makes me swallow my own saliva.
I also can't pinpoint a specific food, but I think the closest would be the Green Apple Jolly Rancher.
Okay.
That would be the closest I could get to this. The only thing is that Jolly Ranchers, I can't stand them because they make my teeth feel dirty.
I don't like Jolly Ranchers.
I can't fucking stand them. But the flavor, I think, is good. It's just the way they make my mouth feel afterwards. It's not good. So, the Can Art Boner, that's the Can Art Boner segment. Excellent can art. Definitely, here, I have one note for Voodoo. Much like top shelf liquors pay to have their liquor on the top shelf. I bought this at Arrow. And I passed by it because if you've ever been to Arrow, this is a local, this is going to be an exchange that locals will understand. It's pretty dark in the beer section. They don't have a lot of lights in that section. Most of the lights are in the bourbon section. And this can did not stick out. Now, the second I picked it up off the shelf because I saw it was Slimer, I was like, whoa, this is like foil and stuff. And it just lit up because I hit the light right.
It was like the Holy Grail.
You need to make sure that you instruct these beer stores to put this under a light. Not a hot light. Not a heat lamp. But a light. I give this beer... Well, I didn't talk about the flavor a lot. It's good. It's like candy. This is a candy beer. I would compare this beer to a Monte Cristo sandwich, and in fact, I bet it would pair well with one.
Oh, that's too much sugar.
It's like a dessert.
There's no way.
It's like a dessert lunch that you won't eat dinner. Never eat a Monte Cristo.
You take a nap after a Monte Cristo.
Never eat a Monte Cristo sandwich for dinner because you'll never be able to sleep. You need a few hours to go by before you can even lay down.
I don't even want the jelly that comes with the Monte Cristo.
Oh no, I don't want the jelly.
No. Yeah. I never dip it.
But this is like this is very sweet, very candy like. It almost doesn't even fit into the beer category because it doesn't have a beer flavor to it.
It's almost juice.
It is almost juice. I would say that this and Blapples are probably in the same category with each other. They just don't taste like beer. But this is very good. Very well done. Well executed. It's light. It's not, it doesn't hang around on the palate for too long. I'm going to have to go a little bit higher than you guys and give it a 4.75. It's not perfect, but it's near perfect. Okay. For its style.
What would make that a 5?
Ooh.
What would make it a 5? Convert it to a sour. Make it a little bit sour. Make it tart or sour. More sour, not tart.
Yeah, it's got that sourness. It's not sour, yeah. But again, it's just that one note.
Yeah. But it's okay to be a one-note beer.
Yeah, it clears the palate, too. This is like a sour is going to be a palate wrecker. This is not a palate wrecker.
No, this is like something you could sustain on.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah, you could sustain on this for sure.
And it's not going to like ruin the rest of your day.
I would say it needs to be ice cold, though, because I've been warming it up in my hand, and it's not as good.
Yeah, you don't want to bring the adjuncts out in this.
All right, would this be a better shower beer or post-lawn cutting beer?
Neither. This is a beer you drink after you've had a Monte Cristo sandwich. You're like,
You will punch that narrative.
I already ate too many calories.
This video is sponsored by Monte Cristo sandwich.
So I saw this question online that I didn't want to click because I'm pretty sure it was just like an ad that clickbait.
I know where you are, Monte Cristo sandwich. That you have his family like.
Well, I know where I discovered the Monte Cristo sandwich. I worked at a retirement home when I was in high school.
They didn't get Monte Cristo.
Dinner, yeah. I served dinner to. It was a very rich person's retirement home.
I'd say
it was.
Yeah, Monte Cristo's good.
That was a one meal
every
for the
night
month.
Every night at dinner, they could choose dinner in their rooms, but they actually had a restaurant, like a fake restaurant, set up. And we would come down and take their order, but it would only be 3 options every day. We'd take their order and we'd serve them, sir, ma'am, whatever.
Oh wow!
Like we'd have wait staff clothes and everything. And one of those things. Like once a month, they serve Monte Cristo sandwiches, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? Like French toast and turkey, ham, cheese, a weird sandwich." And I tried it once, and I was like, "Holy shit, what is this? This is like dessert."
Yeah, those French bastards know what they're doing.
Yeah. So that's where I'm punching in this. Now I've seen the one at Melt. Don't get that.
They have one at Cheddar's.
That sandwich
as well.
might kill you.
I still haven't been to Melt.
Don't waste your money.
Melt.
Cheddar's, we had a gift card and it sucked.
Cheddar's, I thought Cheddar's sucked.
Cheddar's is fancy Applebee's.
If we're going down that way, we're just going to go to C-Jack's.
Melt is worth taking the girls to for just the novelty of their insanely huge sandwiches.
Yeah.
I mean, these sandwiches are gigantic. The Monte Cristo is like this big, and the whole thing is deep fried.
There's nothing better than ordering a $15 sandwich for your child and having them take 3 bites.
Right, but it's the experience. Yeah. I mean,
they won't eat leftovers.
Here, take this $20 bill and just go throw it outside.
You're going to throw a lot of $20 bills away in your kids' lives.
What do you...
You know how many
you saying my kids are going to be strippers or something?
No, those would be singles.
Oh, okay.
I said $20.
Oh, now you're calling me a cheapskate. I'm a cheapskate. Wow.
Anyway, I would never call you a cheapskate. I would never call you. You've called me a cheapskate like many times.
Not
that was the
at all this
episode.
Pincher. I just told you that this was $179 a can.
Next year, he did give me credit for spending a lot on this.
$139.76 or whatever the.
Anyway, I wouldn't drink this with lawn mowing. I wouldn't drink it with whatever the other option was.
Damn.
I would. Like if you eat a lot of calories. Let's say you eat a lot of calories.
So a fat cell.
Are you just like,
or Michael?
Well, for the rest of the day, I can eat whatever I want.
Okay, I get
Are you
what
like,
you're saying.
for the rest of the day, I can eat whatever I want because I've already killed my day, or are you like, well, I have to cut it off now?
Depends.
It depends on the day.
Was I in my early 30s or no?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Now.
Yeah, no.
So if you had a Monte Cristo sandwich just out of pure coincidence and you're already at like 3,500 calories,
you just happen to eat Monte Cristo.
So there's a few. You were at someone's house and you were like, I can't say this, like your boss or something.
There's a few splurge times a year. Yeah, there's a few. Then I'm just eating all the celery and carrot sticks.
The general's like, eat this Monte Cristo. It's my signature dish. He's got 4 stars on it.
Yeah, because I haven't eaten. Like if I know I'm going to a general's house to eat, I'm not eating before I go.
Right. So you eat this Monte Cristo.
One meal a day.
Lunch. You're over at his house for lunch.
I did. I'm so good at one meal.
And you eat this Monte Cristo. 3,500 calories. So at dinner and the rest of the day, you're like, I'm done with calories.
It's just water.
See, me, I'm like, I've already killed my day. I might as well just go all in on ice cream and stuff for dinner.
I just had
and when I say ice cream
and Eggo waffle sandwich.
When I say ice cream for dinner, I mean ice cream for dinner.
We just did that a couple weeks ago.
We do it all the time.
For the
ridiculous.
For the girls' last day of school.
If someone wouldn't have crashed a car into the Dairy Queen on Schroyer, I would weigh more.
No shit.
Every year, I ruined my summer. By
They don't have a drive-through, but they try. Okay,
they have a drive-through.
Get the other beer ready. Your Blizzard. Everyone likes a Blizzard, right?
Blizzard's the best.
Okay.
That's
What's your one ingredient in a Blizzard?
Chocolate ice cream.
Fuck. What?
No, because Blizzard's on vanilla ice cream. Listen, guys, I'm like a Blizzard scientist here, all right? I've done this a million times. Blizzards are vanilla ice cream, but you can ask for chocolate, and it makes all the Blizzards better. But I will tell you the one Blizzard, I gotta say this. It doesn't answer your question.
That's great.
The best I love Blizzards, by the way. My mom,
I like your question. Here's the one you should have asked.
My mom's gonna chime in and probably like tell you all about how I love Blizzards. Like we go to Dairy Queen way too often. Nice. It's how I bribe the kids. Like, oh, you do this for me? We'll go get Blizzards. But I really want the Blizzard.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a win-win situation.
The cotton candy Blizzard.
Gross.
No, I know. I agree. But you know how they'll royalize things by putting like a tube in the middle of like strawberry chocolate or whatever? The strawberry tube royalized with the cotton candy Blizzard. Oh my god. It'll change your life, dude. It'll change your life.
You'd be sitting on a toilet.
No, you won't.
I would have
one ingredient for you. What is
probably Butterfinger.
Butterfinger's a good one. But do you only get a Butterfinger Blizzard or do you put more in it?
No, just Butterfinger.
Just Butterfinger Blizzard. If you so you're saying if you got a one ingredient Blizzard, what would it be?
I'm probably or a cement mixer or whatever. It's probably one a year.
Like Culver's.
Yeah,
marshmallow at Culver's. That's the one ingredient.
No, I don't, because that's custard. That's different. But
but you said concrete
how dare
mixer.
you?
Yeah, concrete
ice
mixer
cream versus
down at Ritter's.
Oh, Ritter's. I don't do Ritter's.
Yeah, Ritter's is
Ritter's sucks.
What?
Dairy Queen's where it's at. Sorry, guys. Dairy Queen's it. Ritter's. It's confused. Their menu's confusing too. They're like, we have almond.
You're the smartest guy at the table, and you're confused.
What? Yeah,
almond what?
That's the thing.
The smartest guy at the table, and he's confused.
I ask all my physicist friends, which menu's easier to understand, Dairy Queen's or Ritter's? They're gonna be like Dairy Queen 100% of the time.
Oh. It's because you have.
I know I have to go, but Ritter's is right here.
Okay, if you go to Ritter's and it says on the menu almond, what is that? Is it almond like chunks? Almonds? Is it almond extract? What the fuck is it?
Why are you overthinking it?
I don't look at the menu
because I want.
I don't look at the menu.
It's not though.
It's not just
it's almond extract.
Really?
It's almond flavor. See? Look at that confused look on his face. That's the truth. The truth comes out.
Who goes, you know what? I'm really digging ice cream. I want almond.
I need some...
amongst the other flavors, because I don't get one flavor.
Are you getting like the garbage
What's
pail?
the one flavor for you? So we can finish that
If
question?
it's one flavor exclusively, it would
tell you what.
No. I want to finish that.
It would just be Reese's Cup.
I didn't know. I didn't know that the question was if you're getting a one flavor Blizzard, because that's obviously not chocolate Blizzard. No, you said what's the one flavor you get in a Blizzard?
Chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
What?
Because any
a
Blizzard.
Spoon. I want a spoon so I can eat it.
You know McDonald's, the spoon is the blender, right?
I know, I worked there and it was awesome. You just put it right on there and it spins it.
Ice cream machine.
I'll change my answer because I didn't know that was it. The graham cracker.
What?
Dairy Queen's graham cracker is the shit. It never gets soggy.
What?
Get it next time you're there. You guys don't know how much I go to
Dairy Queen.
I literally live at fucking Dairy Queen.
My mind's
blown. Get the graham cracker. It doesn't go soggy. It's crunchy until the end of the Blizzard. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna love it.
I just don't go to Dairy Queen that often.
Was there another question on the table? So we did the one.
one
thing.
You said that my question essentially sucked, and then
you
should have asked this question.
I didn't say it sucked.
I thought answer a different question.
I interpreted your question differently. I thought you were saying what's one flavor of all the flavors they sell that you'd get. Okay.
What was
chocolate ice cream.
What was it like 10, 15 years ago? I refuse your question and substitute my own or something like that. That's what.
Yeah.
I felt like
that was like Puss in Boots or something.
Yeah.
From Shrek. All right, this next beer.
This pairing is incredible.
I bought this beer because I did not know what the fuck this beer was. And I know it's a bitter, but I don't know like what the name Crumble represents. Was that a crack?
No, but his hand wasn't on top.
Yeah, it wasn't. That's
maybe
weird.
Maybe he just so
crushed
tight.
It so hard he doesn't know his own strength.
There was a.
This one's less prime, so I'll give you a second to prime up, and then we'll go. You guys ready?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Prime it up.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. This is Branch and Bone.
I came too early.
This is Branch and Bone Crumble, and yet by that name, the color of this can is purple. So I'm thinking like some sort of maybe blueberry crumble, because usually like blueberries. This is like a blueberry colored can. I don't know. I haven't tasted it yet, but it's a bitter.
Excellent pairing. I'm gonna say instead of going
different. Much different than I thought it would be.
Massive, big.
Okay.
I've come to realize that anytime that Branch and Bone puts a logo on their can that looks like it came from a like 1400s castle in England, it's usually like beer. Like it's just beer.
Old world beer.
Yeah.
It's not gimmicked.
But anytime they put the Reaper, it's
the Scythe,
the Scythe. It's like their new shit. Yeah. So this is a goat with a flag. And the flag has their logo. That's their logo. You can't get away from that. But I mean, like it would be like decorated all over the can.
Full,
This is different because it's got the goat.
They are the goat.
They are the goat. Do you think they're the goat? Oh, I wanted to mention this while we're talking about goats. I had probably the best Rheingeist beer I've had. Period. From Rheingeist.
Yeah.
It was a goat with chocolate ice cream.
Guess what it is?
Blender.
Hear me out. It was cotton candy, and then there was a
raw strawberry in the butt. Yeah. It was their Juicy Truth. That beer is hands down their best beer they've ever brewed.
Wow.
It is the best beer.
That's a hot take. Rheingeist.
Now, I haven't had any of their expensive shit.
We could get into a fist fight. Okay, so like you're saying...
Like, I haven't had the ones that come with, like, the cork that, like, hangs off. You've got a whole concoction to take the cork off and stuff. I've had the cans and the bottles.
Truth. Wow.
Juicy Truth. It's, like
I've
New
had
England.
Juicy
It's
Truth,
a New England Truth. It's so good.
It was good.
God, I love Knowledge.
I'm not saying it's the best
beer
I've ever had.
You see they changed the can art, by the way?
Yeah, Knowledge has its own logos now. Yeah.
Yeah, I have some in the fridge we could talk about.
Yeah, Rheingeist is evolving. But as far... I'm not saying it's the best beer I've
now,
ever had.
old man.
No, it's all that P&G money.
The best beer I've had from Rheingeist was Dodo on Nitro, but that they don't sell in cans. So the best beer I've had that was consumed as it was intended is this Juicy Truth. It's so good. I highly recommend it.
Did we have that at the Bobo?
No. It just came out like 2 weeks ago.
The Dodo
the Peach
Nitro?
Dodo, we had it at the Bobo, yeah.
Juicy Truth's been around for a minute.
Has it?
Yeah, I want to say like
I just saw it for the first time.
Because I picked it up like...
By the way, Juicy Truth, God, that's such a good name.
Ago?
Yeah.
But God bless you.
It's like a full 2% ABV less, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, probably.
So it's a 5.2?
Yeah, something like that. I didn't even look at what it was.
It's maybe 5,
but
maybe high 5, 6.
I highly recommend. I know Matt doesn't because he likes West Coast. They'll probably make a West Coast Truth at some point.
I feel like they could.
Of course they could. They're Rheingeist.
They should.
I highly recommend it. Truth is a whippa?
Yeah.
On its own?
Yeah.
Oh, this is just
it's not.
I thought it was just
not
a standard.
Hazy. No.
I thought it'd be
standard IPA.
It's closer to. Well, at least it's not.
It is
hazy.
Definitely closer to a West Coast.
Right. Okay. Will you? Where do you come down on hazy whippa? I don't know this honestly about.
Yeah. Where are you on the scale?
I would say I lean closer to hazy.
Okay.
But whippas are still...
That's fine. I can't beat you in a fight anyway, so I guess I just have to be okay.
If you're fighting about beer, you guys need to just have a beer together.
Hug it out,
You won't fight about it anymore.
But I'll drink it if it tastes good.
There's good whippas. On the scale, I'm definitely on the hazy side as well.
I'm like... I'd say
Juicy
like
Truth is
just
way over on 7.3.
60-40.
64. Okay, it's much more in the middle.
Juicy Truth has good flavor, and I highly recommend it. That's all I wanted to say there. Now, this is Branch and Bone's minute. This is their hour, or their 10 minutes. Let's stop talking about Rheingeist and give them what they deserve here.
This is...
Branch and Bone, as you mentioned, they've been invited to an exclusive, secretive, invite-only contest.
It was an invite-only.
Did they win?
That I haven't followed up on, so I don't know if...
The weird thing about Branch and Bone is that they are the brightest lit brewery in Dayton. But you don't feel like it. You guys ever walk in there and go like, damn, it's bright in here?
Honestly...
But their patio's sweet.
Right
there on Wayne, you get the scenery of true Dayton. Right there. Now, 5th Street had a patio. Did they have a patio?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's in the back.
Oh, it's in the back. If their patio faces
it's off to the side.
Street,
it's between the brewery.
Yeah, that's right. You have to walk through it to get in.
You're looking at Dollar General if you're.
Yeah, if you park in their parking lot, you have to go through it to get in. I forgot about that.
Is that a Dollar General? It's been so long since I've been next there. It was a welding shop. So Dollar General took that across in St. Anne's Hill there?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Damn, that was a really, really localized conversation. You know what their
I'm the worst part owner of a bar.
Fifth Street's patio reminds me a lot of Thai Nine's patio. They're very similar. They're like walled up.
It's like privacy fence.
Like you can't see outside. Yeah. Whereas Branch and Bone, you can see the street.
2 days after I got back, I went to Thai Nine and bought one of their sushi ships.
Thai Nine is the fucking shit.
I didn't even get Thai. We got like
duck curry.
I'm Singa-Thai all the way.
Singa?
Behind Town and Country.
Thai Nine. Their duck curry is the best curry I've had in America.
We got 75 pieces of sushi and we almost dominated it. So.
Oh, that's hard, man.
That's a lot.
Enjoyable.
Rice
Don't worry. We didn't leave any like sashimi.
I'm surprised you're eating. Did you get rice on your sushi?
No, a lot of it was like sashimi and stuff.
Okay.
Like when you get the boat. So only like 25 of it is like because some of it's seaweed, algae wrapped or whatever. So
algae, yes.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go there for my birthday this year.
Thai Nine.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a choice.
You can't.
It's a good choice.
It is a choice.
It is a good choice.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
You know where Tam Tots likes to go.
Where does Tam Tots like? This is a good.
We're going to King's Table on Friday.
She goes to C-Jack's.
No shit.
Oh, see, I had C-Jack's.
I took you to C-Jack's.
You did, and when we went, I had their
best fries
their
in
peanut
Dayton?
butter burger,
Right?
and that was fucking good.
We're down with that being best fries.
I'm hip to
Okay, so an English bitter. The best praise today has to go to JT for pairing a Berliner Weiss and a bitter.
Thanks.
That's a pretty wide chasm. I go back on some of these. Yeah, like we've had like a milk stout and a sour or whatever, but like a bitter because they're both unappealing to the casual drinker for a multitude of different reasons.
Yeah.
So bravissimo.
Oh, thanks.
Which is Japanese, I'm pretty sure, for a good job. So off the top rope, we did an English bitter during the Advent calendar.
It was.
That went over not as well as most people would think, but English bitters I would put in a higher echelon of drinking because they're not too common, so you can't
higher echelon of drinking. Actually, that's a really profound statement.
You can't
for
because
who
you
would enjoy this.
You can't.
It's an old head.
It's an expert's beer.
Yeah.
Like when is the last person without mustache wax or somebody that goes, you know what, I would prefer a nice English bitter right now. So because you can't get used to it, they're like barley wines of yesteryear because barley wines are becoming more and more prevalent.
Right.
It's only a matter of time, I would guess 5, 6, 7 years before English bitters because I wonder like German. You can't hide a lot of things in here. There's not a lot of like different flavors. I would be impressed if somebody could tell me the difference between a couple of different English bitters. So these are very middle of the road for me. I'm sure, and I remember doing the Advent calendar. I'm sure maybe it's a good example of what this does. Branch and Bone doesn't put out. They don't have a misstep, even like Toppling Goliath, Three Floyds and stuff like that. They have missteps. So I'm going to assume that this is a good representation of what an English bitter should be. Just isn't for me. Off the top rope, 3.25.
Excellent.
Okay.
Stev, you're up.
Okay. So I'm going to try to dance a little bit while I...
Well, I can talk about bitters for a little.
Please.
So bitters, I'm learning, are purposely made as sessions. Because in England, it's common, and I wish this was more common in the United States, but I don't feel like there's enough work to home walkable distances. Most people work more than walking distance from home, or they live where you need to get on a street you wouldn't walk on.
That's 100%.
In England, these are made sessionable because you just stop and have one on the way home. Okay, I work 9 to 5, but I got off at 4:45 today. I'm gonna stop and have a beer with my friend, and then I'm gonna go home, and you can still participate in the evening activities because you're not hammered, you're not ready for a nap, whatever. You just have one beer. So that's one thing about this. I'm still figuring out what my intent here is on this research is to find out why this is called Crumble.
Right.
But I haven't gotten there yet.
That's okay.
So if you're ready to
go.
go.
I'm good if you're good.
Go ahead.
So, the reason I appreciate you doing that, I was looking to see what my score was for, it was Derive Lost Leatherman. That was the mild we had.
Yep.
Oh, Lost Leatherman. Yeah.
And that one was...
I remember that beer. I didn't like it. It tasted like a Lost
Leatherman. If
Leatherman.
memory serves me, it was Edward Scissorhands with Leathermans as his hands.
Yes.
Right? That was
yes.
the can
yeah.
art?
They had like scissors and... But like not
it was
scissors
a multi-tool,
like this. There was
yeah.
like a multi-tool, yeah.
Which is what
Pocket
a Leatherman
knife.
is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, this one certainly is way less bitter than I remember the other one being. And maybe it's just the fact that it's got branch and bone associated with it, but this one tastes... I feel like this one tastes better than the other one. Again, maybe...
Yeah, most likely.
I know
recency bias.
I know the score of your... But you looked it up too, so I know
did.
the score of your original one.
Have I had this before?
No, the Lost Leather.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but...
I don't know JT's because he doesn't know what Untapped is anymore.
It's...
True.
He got, like, Men in Black. Like,
yeah.
Untapped. Forget what Untapped is.
I'm going for it. I'm going to start doing it.
I'm going to say, like, similar to what you say, Matt, it's not my thing. It's definitely, like, an old head. Like, this is definitely something, if my grandfather drank, he would drink this.
Does Chuggalos Phil drink English bitters?
Chuggalos Phil will tell you he drinks all beers.
Yeah, I know.
Chuggalos Phil would drink he would drink one of these out of like a snifter glass in like a satin robe.
He arrived on scene in Ohio claiming to only like beers that he thinks avid beer drinkers like, and scoffed at sours and hazies, things that aren't traditionally considered beers for the beer drinker, beers for the beer connoisseur. Like if this was Beer Aficionado magazine, much like the cigar one,
right.
You wouldn't see.
He's more beer for the
He
beer
was like,
drinker.
I want the ones that the experts drink.
Okay.
But he has since turned.
Yeah.
And he likes sours and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, bitters is a beer that he would probably give you a long history of.
Diatribe on.
Yeah. He probably knows why it's called Crumble, though. So to his credit, it's not just bullshit.
I'll wrap this up. I'm going to give this a 3. It's not something I want to drink or would really search out for. But if I was like at Branch and Bone, had a few drinks already, I might dive on this. It's light enough.
It's like boobs. You got to see them all. You got to have them all.
Exactly.
That's right. That's so true.
Every time I see a titty, like the first time I see a titty.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right. So I'm the opposite of Stev. When I'm at Branch and Bone, I'm going for all of the beers that...
The nuts?
I'm going just as crazy as I can. I don't want old British beers.
Yeah, this would be like the fourth beer.
Sorry, Stacey.
It's a good can to have with your friends, but I'm not going to have this at Branch and Bone. At Branch and Bone, they got enough on the wall that's just phenomenal, weird shit. That's what I'm going to have. But... I expect them to have a beer like this because I feel like what they do, I want to compare this to somebody, but I guess I'm going to have to use a baseball analogy because I can't think of one for football or basketball. When all these young Latin players came up, like Fernando Tatis Jr. and Juan Soto, they started throwing their bats around and dancing and wearing like all crazy amounts of jewelry and stuff. And while that stuff was always happening, it was frowned upon, at least with bat flips and stuff. But they're like, we're going to play your game, and we're going to do it better than you, and then we're going to do something that's, like, insane. They're not your traditional baseball players, but they do it better than everyone else. They're the stars of the game. That's Branch and Bone. Branch and Bone's like, we're going to do sours and goes and all these beers better than everyone else, but we're also going to throw you a bitter every now and then. Or we're going to do like a West Coast IPA that's better than all the other ones that are coming out. Or Dimmer Day, like the coffee stout. It's just like, they're like, we know the technique.
Gold ale or something like that.
Oh, yeah, it's an ale, actually.
What even is it?
What even is it? They're just so...
What are you?
They're just so good at what they do that they can be crazy. They can bat flip a sour and still give better traditional beers than the majority of people. So I can say that I do expect them to brew stuff like this. And like I said before, They've kind of created this alter ego of like this traditional Branch and Bone logo that comes with these beers. They also had a Pilsner a while back that had a very traditional logo. And they do that better than everybody else. As far as bitters go, I mean, this is like the IPA, the age-old question, like, how can you really do this better?
How can you make
like
it
Matt
bitter?
said, you can't hide anything in this. It's not like you could put a bunch of lactose or marshmallow or something in this and make it just like appealingly sweet, and you're like, wow, this is better than all the other bitters I've had. Well, yeah, because it's not a bitter anymore.
It's
so it's a beer that exists in its category.
Like you say, all bitters have to be sessions. That's just like the signature. That's the hard and fast rule.
like a square is a rectangle, but vice versa.
That's even more of a challenge because then you don't have the alcohol to like hide things.
You don't have the alcohol to hide it, but I think in this case, just from what I was reading, the only way you can really differentiate bitters is in the type of malts you use. But even that's pretty restricted. They're all dark malts, and what do they call it? Some sort of certain yeast that you can use here. So there's like really restrictive parameters around these bitters. So I think as far if knowing all of that, this is a good bitter. It's not off-putting. I definitely don't think beginners would like this at all. Beginning beer drinkers that want to taste either like you probably want a hazy IPA or a sour, maybe. I don't even know a sour. Most people don't like sours. Yeah, 450 North, some sort of slushy beer. This is for people who like beer.
Yeah.
And I am right around the same area. I think this is a well-made beer. It's drinkable. It's not crushable.
Nice playoff.
But I like 3.5.
3.5.
I like 3.5 for this beer. I like there's no can art, so I'm not going to do I already talked about the uniqueness of it. I don't like the name.
It's not.
It's misleading.
It's misleading, and maybe I was looking. Maybe there's something to do with like one of the ingredients, maybe crumbles, like the malt or the yeast or something. But I couldn't find anything like that.
It elicits confusion, but that's okay.
I thought it was going to be a
beers that pause and make you think.
Fruity bitter.
I'm glad that it wasn't.
I'm glad that it wasn't
to have that juxtaposition.
That simple simplicity.
And I did go back to my line of thinking was, I was always looking for beers we haven't had, or we've had very limited amounts of.
Now
this
is our bitter for the year.
Yeah.
When we have Sarah build the advent calendar, we don't need a bitter.
We don't need a bitter.
I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah.
We'll just have to remember that.
Did we decide on whether or not we're going to go in and say, give us some shit, like some bad beers? Or do we want to just have her go and get the most extreme awesome beers?
On the flip side of that, are we picking up stuff early this year? Did we?
Well, we're on Veterans Day.
No. He's wondering like if we want to do an order.
Because we talked about this was.
We've talked about this.
This would have been like the 200th episode or some shit like that.
Each box will come with its own branded and etched
laser engraved
utopias.
Excellent.
So each box will cost approximately $450.
I still can't. My brewery, my box from the brewery is delayed. Damn. But that's going to be those 750s that are coming.
Nice.
Oof.
Oh yeah, the BRUEU or some shit.
BRUERY. It's like the 750s. They're known for sours, but like Black Tuesday's their big one. But I know. We've got hard outs, but we've got a little bit of time.
You guys can hang out.
Is there any malingering things?
Things?
I wanted to let you guys know that this is coming.
Of maligned and lingering.
Like a malingering condition, like something that continues. When you said this reminds me, this is just happy accidents. Just like episode 232.
Yeah.
When you said the IPA that you had during your short was Melanie, my godmother's name is Melanie.
Yeah.
And I never thought like Melanie.
Right.
Like,
this tastes Melanie, and then all of a sudden I was like,
and that's her full name.
I know somebody named Melanie, and this would be awkward, so I'm going to change it to Melon-like.
Yeah, but I like Melanie. It was just hilarious.
I'm glad you like that. I thought about that the other day.
Questioning whether it was
weird moment.
Whether it was conducive the spiral.
Nice.
But anyways, so things are coming. Seriously, that's why I brought it here just to show you. We've got to load it with videos. We're gonna have opening. There's gonna be rapid there's going to be changes. It might not be
Things,
rapid.
yeah.
Things to do, but that's pretty portable, so we can take it with us. But yeah, check out what a Stream Deck is and what it can do. I just got it yesterday. I just got back from being off the road last night late, and I just opened it up right now just to show JT what it was.
Hell yeah.
Stev, thoughts? It's been a while since I've seen you for sure. But
I wanted to rewatch the last time I was with the three of you.
So that would have been the special episode. Yeah.
It would have been 200th episode, yeah.
Wow, that was that long ago.
But last time I was here
was 30 weeks ago.
At least a year ago.
No. That was the.
Unless I missed it when I was scrolling through.
It was the bomb beer that we chose during December. So we did the Saturday, like the beer that we thought was going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It would have been
calendar
Advent calendar. Yeah.
So did that get a number? It did.
It should have, yeah.
Yeah, it was 218, I think, off the top of my... No, 214.
Still, that's 30 episodes. No, that's 20 episodes ago.
Yeah, it was the Degard, the Maison, 214.
That's 20 weeks ago.
Wow.
Oak Age Soured Cuvée.
Wow. It's a long time. 5 months.
Yeah. That makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Episode 2.
But you've been sprinkled throughout.
Right, I've seen
me
with you, and then...
Episode 200 was September of last year.
Wow.
Damn. That was pre-Advent calendar of last year.
It would have been. Yeah.
Wow. That was the rally. Oh, that's what we did. We did the rally.
The rally?
That was
because
smart.
we
The
all
rally
went in a circle. Yeah, we would all.
So we didn't have to. You don't remember?
I don't remember.
So we can't do a power hour because that would have killed us. So we did a rally. One person has to drink every hour.
One person drinks every hour. Yeah.
Yep.
And I didn't drink at all because you guys took the first 2 hours.
Right.
And I didn't drink.
I was totally sober after that. That was the carriage house.
It was.
Oh, we were in the carriage house for that? Yes, I do remember now. We poured some. I had my little mats.
Yep. Imagine that.
Not him, but I had
you had
mats for
drinking. I see what that is.
Go ask Dad.
Go ask your dad.
That's a great koozie.
Dad.
This for bottles, I'm
Daddy.
guessing?
So we won't. I don't want to trample Stev.
No, let's not trample Stev.
I recognize. JT hasn't recognized.
I was invited here.
I recognize.
I have to bring something.
I wish I could drink it right now.
And so I'm gonna save this.
Yeah, JT's too messy.
But this one is for you guys to drink on the pod.
I'm what? Too messy?
Yeah, too messy.
It's like
too messy.
Yeah, that's
more like too messy. Boom.
Chuggalo Mom, don't.
That's a hoof-hearted.
Maxi JoJo Corvette Candy. Hoof-hearted. Love it. Yep. Love hoof-hearted.
And then, of course, the magnum opus.
Magnum opus.
Where'd you get them?
Dude.
Where the hell
I looked.
I think I found that at Dorothy Lane Market.
You're the man, dude.
Now, did they rebrew them or
you are the man. These are new labels and everything.
That's
I know the label. I put the label on my pillow and I sleep with it.
But
for the viewer, this is a peach tea Berliner Weiss. This beer is like, go to episode 2 maybe. And I don't know that we reviewed it, but we talked about how this was my favorite beer, and it's still to this day is my favorite beer.
I think they still have some at Crispy Crunchy.
No, they don't. I checked.
Damn.
I checked. I'll go to Dorothy.
I didn't know they redid it.
They did. Yeah, they had them at Dorothy Lane Market. I don't know.
They're so smart.
I don't know about Oakwood, but
they probably listen to the podcast.
I
tag them in it.
They know.
I can. I updated JT's.
Right
I feel bad because again I'm not a big peach guy. It's the gesture that means everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I will bequeath this to JT for a hand job on camera.
Hell yeah!
On camera.
We'll put that on our Patreon.
Patreon.
Oh, that's for the Patreon viewers. Yeah. Donate the link below
if you want to see it. The one-eyed monster.
Well, I have one, so the hand job won't come till later when I really want that other beer.
So smash cut 6 hours from now when you're like
tweaking out for it. Yeah.
But
I'll probably drink that tomorrow.
That's episode 235. God, it's a freaking hoot. This one went quick.
Is a hoot.
We were louder.
Wow.
Stev made us go up, which is hilarious. Made it go up.
It's nice having a third voice there.
Considering the last time, like the very first time I was ever here, I was real like awkward and shy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, no one remembers that.
No one remembers that.
Yeah. No.
You know who?
That shit keeps me up at night.
You know who talks about it is Jason from Crooked Handle. He's always talking about it. Hey, God.
I miss him.
He's great.
We miss him too.
Let's go.
We're gonna go there soon.
We should go.
Yeah.
I'm busy every weekend until August, but
But you got some Fridays, right?
I got a lot of
The
weekdays available.
Those Fridays are legit still.
Fridays are usually available
for the potential drink along.
Mm-hmm.
I usually get out early on Fridays.
Oh yeah, Fridays.
Well, yeah, drink along would be much later.
That would be.
It would be much later.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm available.
Everyone will be home and safe and whatever.
Home and safe.
All right.
Or at the carriage house.
So, JT, just because of our earlier, chocolate ice cream, strawberry tube, take us home.
I mean, that's episode 35. If you want good ice cream, make sure.
235.
Jeez.
What did I say?
35.
There's 35.
I said 235. I said that's 235.
No,
That's episode.
I said that's
35.
235. I did not. I
Ooh.
said 235.
Little belly dancer.
Usually
action.
I get mad when people say that they didn't say what I heard them say, but in this case I know